Devaughn Vele is now a member of the Saints after they give up a 2026 fourth-round pick and a 2027 seventh-rounder to the Denver Broncos. Adam Schefter, ESPN NFL insider, tweeted the fact that there were times last season when Vele reminded Broncos head coach Sean Payton of his former Saints wide receiver Marcus Colston. Vele now headed to New Orleans, and if he can play anything like Colston, the Saints will be thrilled.
Yeah, but the first thing that comes to mind, like, Charlie, we're all talking, if he's like Colston, why would Sean Payton let him go?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's not looking at the glass half full. Well, if he could all of a sudden, because, Colston got off to a slow start. That was more OTAs and minicamp than training camp. Well, when it clicked, it clicked. So, but he is old. What do you mean, Bob? It's only his second year in the NFL, but all those Mormons.
He'll be 28 in December.
Yeah, they go on their mission. They got to go witness and try and convert people to become a Mormon. So, but they're usually great individuals. Look at Taysom Hill. You can't find a better person than him. So, but really, when let's say you're starting out and you're playing, and you never hit your peak at when you're a rookie or even your second year. But the age-wise, no, this is kind of like Charlie, remember you were saying 27, 28? Yeah, you better get it while you can out of him right now, because that's really...
This is the prime.
Yeah, from a physical standpoint, almost.
Right.
That I know, when you feel confidence when you're playing, and the season 87, I was 27 years old, winning, 12 games that year, but to me, the peak is late 20s, depending on the position you play, but for sure your late 20s, 27, 28, 29. So, Charlie, you might be able to get 3 years out of him,
I mean, who knows what that fourth-round pick is going to turn into, guys. That's kind of the premium asset of this deal, I think.
Yeah, that definitely seems a little steep for the Saints to be giving up a fourth and seventh rounder for this guy who was a seventh-round pick last year.
That means he's playing for us.
That where I was going to go right next to you. You read my mind, Cannon. The wide receiver room, you feel like solidly. You got Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. I would think Brandon Cooks. We've also seen good things from Mason Tipton, and now you add in this guy you traded for with Devaughn Vele. What does that leave the rest of the guys?
What did they guarantee Brandon Cooks? Because that to me, I would take Tipton over Brandon Cooks right now just because he's younger. And look at the upside, the practices he's had, and then how he's actually, produced in the last two games. And the one thing Brandon Cooks, he's been steady, but he's played for so many different teams. But he made NFL history, playing with 4 different teams that haven't over 1,000 yards receiving. So, that'll be interesting how that's going to play itself out.
I'm seeing Cooks is a 2-year deal, $13 million. I don't have anything though on the guaranteed money part.
Yeah. So that's you have to look at what would salary cap implications and how would that affect that?
What you got, Charlie?
$7.75 million guaranteed over that 2-year contract, guys.
Well,
it's a significant investment.
Yeah, but if they really want to go with Mason Tipton, they can eat that money. I mean, I don't know. I'm not running the team, but Brandon Cooks is an old guy. I mean, he's still producing and he's a pro. But I think we need to get young
for that room, though.
We need to get young and not old. No, Chris Olave is enough of vet, and Rashid and all where they at now, I think.
But is he going to be that alpha dog leader of the group? I think Cooks is that outspoken voice.
Yeah, sometimes negative. That's why Sean Payton got rid of him, remember?
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, and then before you
But
know
he's
it,
mature, too.
Yeah, no, he's a lot better now, Yeah, even did promos with him at Rouse's, but let Cooks cook or something like that, some promo, if I can remember. But yeah, Steve, I don't know what they're thinking. They know what they're thinking. I know they wanted a big-bodied receiver, and they got that.
Yeah, like I said, the Saints wide receiver depth chart now, especially with the 53-man roster approaching on Tuesday by 3 p.m., you're going to have to be trimmed down to the 53. Who's going to end up being the active roster guys? Not talking about practice squad.
Right.
Who's going to make this 53-man roster in the wide receiver room?
Yeah. That I would say just because of this trade,
Figure is
he 3 or 4?
Right.
What approach would they take then? And And I think they're going to expect him to contribute the first game against the Cardinals. You know, like I was saying, not well, and all the playbooks like second nature to me because they implement the playbook like, okay, this is our second times we've gone over the plays. You know how you start OTAs in the off season when they're training, and then minicamp, and then you install it again at the beginning of training camp. Well. And it's not like, we can't just go down and out and catch the ball. Yes, but how your terminology when you hear what a play means as far as the verbiage of that and your alignment and all that. I think he'll get that, and they'll have something for him. He might be like all of a sudden we want you to really be available, like there's a bunch of like third down plays, down the distance in red zone.
I was going to say
big
third
target.
down red zone, right?
Yeah. So, they're going to ease him into it. But, no, they probably expected him to play from the get-go. Now, you want guys that can run and all that. Yeah, you just need more weapons. So,
and looking with Vele, too, he had 3 touchdowns last year, and all 3 of them came in the red zone.
Yeah, so they would expect, okay, here's the red zone sequences, the packages we're going to have. This is what we're expecting you to do and contribute, from the get-go. And he'll get that down. He'll have that.
Yeah, I wish he could be in action for Saturday's game, but it's too quick of a turnaround, I think, to get any kind of comfort into the Saints, Kellen Moore's offense.
I don't know. They might have something in the red zone, and I don't know if the fans would cheer for him if he went in the game. Because what's his number? Do we know his number yet? We don't know anything.
No, we don't. Yeah, we just know the trade just happened.
It just happened. So. That's a quick turnaround to say that he would contribute on Saturday at 12 noon, But they might just throw him a bone. Go out there and, if they're playing bump and run, you run a fade or depending on like a back shoulder. Let's throw you a back shoulder like Colston. No, you got to deliver it and be accurate. And if they're off, run a hitch. And then yards after the catch, whatever. So they might give him something on Saturday.
Devaughn Vele, welcome to the Saints. Looking forward to seeing where this now, like I said, how the wide receiver depth chart shakes out for this black and gold bunch. And trying to see what number did he wear when he was with the Broncos. Number 17.
Oh, that's Colston. That's why Sean Payton might have given him that number. Maybe that's why he reminded.
Colston was 12.
12, that's right. Well, I was thinking 17. No, it's Meacham. Colston was 12, Meacham was 17.
Right, there you go.
Yeah. So, hey, all I know is that we've been, I think even before the draft and everything, Harbour and all, we need a big receiver. So
finally got one.
So Mickey went out and got a big receiver for the quarterbacks and Kellen Moore. Now, what kind of difference maker will he be? At least they doing something. About now, the question is going to be, he's going to have to produce our. What is everybody going to say? Oh, Mickey gave up too much. Sean took him to the cleaners. I mean, you can't win for losing. You know how that is. Whether you look at it positive or negative, glass half full, half empty. No, we got a big body receiver. Let it play itself out. Everybody's so quick to judging. Like, oh, no, he's not. Sean would, and I agree with this, though. I don't think Sean would have let him go if he thought he was Marcus Colston. I think that might have just been Sean building him up.
Maybe in the post-game press conference on Saturday, we can ask Sean about Vele. Someone will in the media room.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Sean will talk him up. Well, we had the numbers game.
Right, exactly.
And we think he has a bright future. So we just wanted to get something for him, kind of. That's what might end up. That's what I think Sean would say. He wouldn't say, "Boy, I'm sure glad Mickey took him." No, he was the most productive receiver as far as success rate. I just read that, like 65%. Now, look at all the third down conversions he had. And that's a good thing to move the chains, like first down, Saints. And we're moving the chains because we have not been good on third down this preseason. A lot of times it is the big target, who's winning one-on-one. So, I don't know. I'm going to say right now that, I don't know his numbers, but it's going to look like, that was the right trade. Oh, boy,